Hello. Hey, we
Why do
got
you have that up?
I don't know. Sorry about that.
That's okay. Where's Barb and Salo?
Oh,
I guess I had.
Hey,
There we go.
yay, yay.
The Center for Spiritual Living. I'm Reverend Michael Torphy.
I'm Reverend Valerie Torphy.
And our production staff is Greg and Sheila Fawson. And this is our special guest who's going to do our reading. He writes all our affirmations and readings. This is Stephan Anthony from Grand Junction, Colorado.
hi.
And we have Salo, Stanley, and Barb Heintzelman, who are our special leaders.
Yay. Thank you. Thank you.
For tuning in. We're going to take this time now to do an evocation. So if you would join us by closing your eyes, taking a deep breath, breathing in God, releasing it, releasing all your cares and concerns. As we recognize that one power, that one present, that infinite intelligence that is everywhere present, is the source for love and peace and harmony and joy and freedom and clarity. It is the creative nature to constantly expand. It is everywhere present, but it is present right here, right now. One life, as your life, as our life. There is only one. So I know this day is the day that God has made, and I rejoice in it. And I know that this service unfolds in all its splendor and glory. Everything that anyone needs to know will be known. Everything that anybody needs to understand will be understood. Everything unfolds in its clarity and upliftment and just celebrating this life that we get to have in this time and space. And so very grateful for all those who have tuned in. So very grateful for those giving service, for this service to unfold. So very grateful for my life, for our life, for all life. Knowing that this word is complete, I release, I let go, and together we say, and so it is.
So it is.
Okay, Barb and Salo, take it away.
All right. Oh, life is so sweet when you're walking on the sunny side of the street.
Yeah, that's right. Beautiful, beautiful day. Being positive really counts in the universe.
Grab your coat and get your hat. Leave your worry on the doorstep. Just direct your feet to the sunny side of the street. Can't you hear that pitter-pat? And that happy tune is your step. Life can be so sweet on the sunny side of the street. I used to walk in the shade with those blues on parade, but I'm not afraid. This is over, crossed over. If I never have a cent, I'd be rich as Rockefeller. Gold dust at my feet on the sunny side of the street. Grab your coat and get your hat. Leave your worry on the doorstep. Just direct your feet on the sunny side of the street. Can't you hear that pitter-pat? And that happy tune is your step. Life be so sweet on the sunny side of the street. I used to walk in the shade with those blues on parade, but I'm not afraid. This is over, crossed over. If I never have a cent, I'll be rich as Rockefeller. Gold dust at my feet on the sunny side of the street. On the sunny side of the street. On the sunny side. side of the street.
Yeah.
That was so good.
Well, that definitely put a smile on my face.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're
Thank
going to
you.
take care of some business right now, and we'll see you a little bit later.
All right. Thank you.
So like us and check in on Facebook at CSL North Metro. Check out our website at cslmetro.org. You can go to contact us and add yourself to the email list, and then that way you'll get all of the things that are going on and the things that we're doing. We watched an amazing movie this Friday night, so you might want to do some of those things with us because we have a good time doing them. Go to the prayer request on the website to get the prayers for the week. You can request a prayer. Also, the affirmations and the prayer are out there, so you can. Oh my goodness, you can get affirmations anytime you're feeling a little low and you need it. And there's a whole lot more information out there. Blogs.
I write a blog.
And we have our Science of Mind magazine discussion group on Zoom on the 1st through the 3rd Fridays at 1 p.m. Today's title is Shake It Up. And you already met our guest artists, Salo, Stanley, and Barb Heintzelman. And our reading today is from In the Spirit by Susan Taylor.
So we'll call Stephan Anthony to come forward. And again, he writes all our prayers and affirmations every week. And he's going to do our affirmations and our reading today. Thank you, Stephan.
Oh, thank you. I'm honored to be here.
Yeah, we're honored to have you.
So today's affirmations. Every day I powerfully manifest my heart's desires and my soul's intention. I love myself fully and unconditionally always. With gratitude for what I have, I expand my acceptance of abundant good. My words and actions are healing and joyful as they come from my heart. I choose thoughts and beliefs that express love into my life and the world. The grandness of my spirit lifts me up in every moment. And so it is.
And so it is.
And today's reading, as Reverend Valerie said, from In the Spirit by Susan Taylor. How would you live if you felt you could trust life fully? If you believed you were totally protected and secure, that forevermore your life would be filled with love and prosperity? Think of how your fears would dissolve, of how totally accepting of yourself and others you would be. It wouldn't matter if they met your expectations or not. Think of how you would venture forth knowing you would succeed. Think of how your heart would open, of how free you would feel, how free you would be to love. All of this is the treasure that life offers us. We just lack the consciousness to experience it. We are love. We are created in the image and likeness of the loving spirit that created us. Each of us is a perfect and powerful child of God, a holy light. But because we've forgotten this truth, we feel separate from God, and we experience the pain and confusion of feeling vulnerable. We mistakenly believe we are incomplete, and so our energy is focused on fixing and trying to change ourselves and others in unimportant and unrealistic ways. It's this feeling of inadequacy that undermines our self-esteem and makes us hypercritical. Then life becomes a frustration rather than a fulfilling experience. The absence of loving attitudes and practices is at the root of all our troubles. We don't have to settle for the anxiety and turmoil that have become the collective consciousness of humanity. Because love is our source and our substance, and because expressing love is the very purpose of our existence, we can return to loving at any moment. Our capacity to love is never lost. We grew up thinking that love is capricious, that when we misbehave, we are unworthy of love. But God is benevolent. We don't have to earn love, search, or struggle to find it. We only need the faith to accept that it flows through us from an inexhaustible source.
Thank you, Stephan.
That's beautiful.
Well done. Thank you. Thanks for joining us today. I know that sometime during the course of the service, you have to run out and work and drop your your daughter off at school. So thanks for doing this service for us. We appreciate it.
Oh, thank you so much.
And for writing the affirmations and the prayer every week.
Yeah.
My pleasure.
Okay. Blessings.
You too.
Okay. We have another song from the wonderful Barb and Salo.
Thank you. Well, I know today's theme is Shake It Up, and so we're going to shake it up. Here's a song that's a familiar song to you, but we kind of rewrote the words. So, instead of loving the one you're with, how about be the love you want?
Yeah.
In the universe.
So if you want something, you got to be it. So be the love you want, be the success you want, just be it.
Yes.
So, yes. So I'm going to. Oh. Ready? If you're down and confused, don't remember who you're talking to. Concentration slip away, 'cause your baby is so far away. Well, there's a rose in a mystic cloud, and the eagle flies with the dove. And if you can't be with the one you love, honey, be the love you want. Be the love you want. Don't be angry. Don't be sad. Don't sit crying or good things you had. There's a spirit inside of you, and it's just waiting for something you do. Well, there's a rose in a mystic love, and the eagle flies with the dove. And if you can't be with the one you love, honey, be the love you want. Be the love you want. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do do do. Turn your heartache right into joy. You're a girl and you're a boy. Get it together, make it nice. Ain't gonna give you any more advice. Well, there's a rose in a mystic love, and the eagle flies with the dove. If you can't be with the one you love, honey, be the love you want. Be the love you want. Do 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 do.
That was great.
Lots of fun. Lots of fun. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're going to take care of some business now by doing our talk and hopefully inspiring people. We'll see you in a bit.
You got it. Thank you.
Hey. Well, again, welcome. I was thinking about a time before I came into this teaching, a time before I had this practice, this spiritual practice that I totally relate to and totally use all the time. That time before all that, where my spirituality only took place during crisis, or if I really needed something, then I'd go into this gear of begging and beseeching, making deals. Oh God, please get me through this. If you get me through this, I'll do anything. Or God, just give me this job, and I'll go to church every Sunday. Or please, God, save me. I need this so badly. And if it got really bad, I'd say a rosary. And I just would pray the heck out of that rosary, claiming to be a sin. Well, those days are behind me. And it was funny because during the times where everything was going right, I just get complacent and forget about all the promises I made. And I don't know if any of you relate to this, but that was who I was when I was younger. But these days, when complacency kind of drifts in, I challenge myself by shaking things up, by changing something in my life, by maybe doing something a little different, or just trying something opposite of what I normally do. And I know that complacency isn't a healthy place to be, but when we're comfortable, and sometimes we just let things go. There was an exercise that I used to give clients when they were going through some sort of changes, and I felt it necessary, and I call it the as if exercise. And what I would invite them to do is, during the course of a week or even a month, but it's usually a week, to use the phrase what is it? I am, or I do, and follow that with some words. So with the I do live in a friendly universe. I do everything I need to do on time, in time. I do love all my family, all the people on this planet. And then the other one you can use is I am, and then use a quality of God, like I am freedom, I am power, I am joy. And just do this every day, maybe twice a day, by looking in the mirror and looking into your eyes. And what I found will happen, 3 different things will take place. First thing that might take place is you'll experience some resistance, and that resistance will show you that you don't believe what you're saying in your eyes, and it'll feel like you're lying. Well, this is good, because what it does is show you the place you need to focus your prayer work, show you the place that you need to do your spiritual work, and then you can start the process again, like you do it for a week, then do your spiritual work aimed at whatever resistance comes up for you, and just pray and do the work you need to do to change that resistance, and then check in again, try it for another week, see how you're doing. The second thing that happens when we practice, when we do this exercise, is everything comes up opposite of what you're saying. So if you're praying if you're saying I am peace into the mirror, and then chaos comes into your life and all kinds of unpeaceful things start happening, this is what I know happens. This is an indication that you're releasing, that it's coming up to be released, and it's a good thing. Yeah. Again, you can use your prayer work to emphasize that you're confident in the release, and you know you're letting go of it, and everything can be good. The third thing that can happen is you can manifest something real quickly. You can manifest peace like that. You would continue the exercise, but the idea of manifesting something, or even embodying it, is a good thing. And sometimes we may think, well, is there peace in my life? Well, I can do the exercise. It may just take one time and see, yeah, I'm there. I am peace. I am freedom. This exercise is designed to help you get to self-love, not selfish love, but self-love, the kind of love that is healing, the kind of love that is constantly in being brought up from your soul, that loving place within you, and it spreads. It doesn't just stay with you. It touches your loved ones. It touches people that you may not even know. It touches those people that challenge you, and it revives that energy of love in you. Mm-hmm. We go through life, and we grow, we expand, and we
some of us do.
Some of us do. Not everybody.
Not everybody.
That's surprising. Anyway, I go through this stuff, and I grow and I expand, and looking back is always a good thing, because you can see where you were and where you've come to. So I'm going to share a little story about just one little aspect of growth that happened in my life, and it had to do with a quirk about me. So I
Was
was,
that quirk?
yeah, there's plenty of quirks.
Oh my goodness.
So this quirk took place when I was 13 years old, and my stepfather had this 42-foot yacht, and everybody was up on deck, and I was down below because I was feeling sick. I got seasick really easy. And at one point, I started feeling really good, and I had my shirt off, and I came upstairs, and I stood before everybody, and I flexed my muscles and said, "I am fatigued." Oh no, look at my fatigue. And everybody started laughing, and they were laughing at me, and I couldn't understand why they're laughing at me. And they said, "You mean physique?" I said, "Oh yeah." Well, they laughed, but I was so hurt, and it put me in such pain that it lasted for quite a long time. So what it did to me is I kind of withdrew, and I love being around people, and I love talking with people and doing all this stuff, but I didn't want to make another mistake like that. So I would hide myself. And every once in a while it would come up and I'd use the wrong word or use a word in the wrong place. And again, it would just open up the wounds. So fast forward, after coming into this teaching and after doing all the work on myself and after really focusing in on that particular quirk, I'm in Grand Junction. You can relate to this, Stephan. And I was in my office getting ready to do a talk, and this word came up, and I wanted to make sure that I didn't do one of those things. So I looked up the word to make sure I had the right word and what the definition was. And I talked about that in my talk. And I said, I was looking up this word in the Funk and Wagnall dictionary.
It didn't come out that way.
It didn't come out.
It did
Funk.
not.
So you can imagine what it came up with. And everybody started laughing, and I started laughing because, actually, after I said it, there was this quiet over the whole audience, and everybody was like, "Huh?
What did you just say?"
And then spontaneously, maybe 5 or 10 seconds, seemed like it was a lifetime, everybody just started laughing. And I was laughing because it was funny. And it showed me my growth, that I could laugh at my misuse of words, even though I know what the right word is and I know the definition of the word. They would just come out of my mouth.
They still do.
They still do. It was like, do you remember that comedian Norm Cosby? He was a comedian that did that on purpose. He misused words on purpose, and it was always funny. So during the time where I was trying to heal, when I misuse a word, I'd act like I did it to make people laugh. But that wasn't really me, because I was hiding myself, and I wasn't getting paid to do it, and I wasn't trying to make people laugh. But I acted as if that I did, and that was the place where I really needed healing. And I did the work, and I can still laugh at it because it is funny, because sometimes the words I use really is hysterical. And think about it. If I was watching TV and I saw that happen on TV, I'd laugh at that. So why can't I laugh at myself?
Mm-hmm.
Why can't we just enjoy who we are, enjoy our quirks? They're not bad. They're just what makes our personality. They're what makes you you and what makes me me. And it's a loving thing. It's a great thing. And I just encourage you to, when you're doing the work on yourself and these things come up, just really look at it. Is it something you need to get rid of? Is it something that you want to spend all your time getting rid of? Or is it just something that you can laugh about and enjoy who you are? All right.
So I'm thinking about all the quirky things I do now. So, but I'm not talking about that. I want to talk right now about how a lot of us are feeling. We just have so many things going on in the world right now. And a lot of us are working from home, maybe going in sometimes, mostly not going out at all. And then there's fires everywhere. And so now we're not even getting out in the yard and going for walks. We're in the house at home. And some people are feeling sad, and some people are feeling afraid. And then there's all of this stuff going on politically and all the other things going on, and immense change and demonstrations. And so I think it's showing us a lot of things, and I just want to concentrate on how we might be feeling right now, and just be with it and accept it and understand that that's where we are. And so sometimes, especially when we turn on the TV, there's blaming and judging and things that are, I think they're kind of meant to scare us and make us blame and judge and invite us to do those things. And so right in this moment, I'm just going to invite us all to shake all that stuff off. So just take a minute and shake it off. Because, you know, one of the things that we learned when, I don't know, in the beginning, is like we kind of attract that negative energy, and you really can shake it off. You really can. So we're just going to take the time to shake it off. We're going to get rid of it. We're going to let it go. We're not going to allow that in anymore. However, when it comes, because sometimes it will, we know that we can shake it off.
Mm-hmm.
So what the truth really is that even though we think we're separate beings, we think we're doing separate things, we think that this thing is good and that thing is bad, and if I do this, it'll be good, and if somebody does that, it'll be bad. And the big truth is those things on a personal level, that's what we're experiencing. However, we're so much more than that. So the movie we had on Friday night, whose name I've forgotten now, but young man named Joseph Kaufman did it. He went around talking to people of ancient wisdom and indigenous people, and it was so interesting to hear them all say the same things, that they had almost exactly the same story of the origin of people. They have a spiritual practice and a presence that allows them to understand we're so much more than we think we are. And I think that some of us, one of the things that struck me is a lot of those people are, they're away from the crowd. They're in a monastery, or they're not right in the crowd. And so sometimes I think it might be easier to do this work if we were just isolated, if we were just away from things. However, that's not what's ours to do. Ours is to understand who we are in the midst of everything going on and be who we came here to be. And so what we all know is true. We were taught when we were in school about Newtonian physics and how this is that and this is this, and if a heavy thing falls and this happens and that happens, and that's the truth and that's all there is. And so we're separate beings and the thoughts we have are this, and that's a piece of the truth, but it's not all of the truth. And so then we had these wonderful people coming in that started talking about quantum physics and quantum mechanics. And Amit Goswami was one of my teachers, and he talks about the waves of possibility and the quantum physics, and how I remember in one of the classes he said, the world is not nearly as real as you think it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's ethereal, and you think things are real and solid and hard, and that's really not the truth. And then we learned about things like the waves of possibility, and when you change a particle here, it changes over there. And I loved what the Lakota person said about people are able to see 5% of the perceptible universe. We're just getting a tiny, tiny, tiny glimpse of what this universe is and our part in it.
Mm-hmm.
And the very, very truth is, and what everyone talked about, and what Science of Mind teaches, and the ancient wisdom religions teach, and is we're all one.
Mm-hmm.
There's no separation. So we're having our own individual experience, and at a deeper level, we're having the whole experience. And so as we begin to understand that we're so much more than we think we are, and that everything that we do impacts everything else, and everything we feel impacts everything else. And so I'm just suggesting that we take some time to remember that, and to understand that change is kind of a process. So as we're letting go of our old beliefs, and we're letting go of the fears, and we're letting go of the things, and we're embracing the oneness, it's a lot to do all the changing at once. And I remember listening to a person who was talking about research with heart attack patients, and how they came out of the hospital and they had a new diet, and they had a new exercise plan, and all these new things to do. And a lot of them failed because it was too much change all at once. And so this particular person suggested that we start changing little things, like just put your toothbrush in a different place, or turn the toilet paper upside down. If it's this way, make it that way. If it's that way, make it this way. If you're a person who thinks everything has to be all lined up, don't do that for a little while. If your closet's neat, let it get messy. If your closet's messy, clean it up. Another thing he suggested that I still haven't done is sleep on the other side of the bed. That's a big one.
Yeah, you gotta have my permission to do that.
Right, and then you'd have to do it too. So, however, there are just lots and lots and lots of little things that we can do to make those changes. And so I'm just suggesting that we understand that we can change what we're thinking, that we can change our perceptions, that we can truly open up and become more aware to who we came here to be. And Susan Taylor, we got the opportunity to see her, was it last week? We had a ministers meeting, a gathering, and she talked to us about that. And one of the things she says in the book that Stephan did the reading from is that we really need to love those people that we feel are unlovable, because they need it most. And so if we start looking out at the world, and we start looking at the things that we're invited to hate, or we're invited to criticize, or we're invited to blame, and we start sending our love out, we can actually, with our energy and our consciousness, we can actually be that change. We can, I'm losing the word for what I'm trying to say. We know that what we focus on expands. And so if we're focusing on what we don't want, what we don't like, who's at fault, we're becoming what we don't want. We're creating more of what we don't want. And so I was on Deepak Chopra's website the other day, and a guy named Roger Gabriel said, imagine that you're the whole universe. You live in total joy and bliss. Imagine there's no past or future, only now. Imagine there is no space or time, just an unbounded eternity. Imagine endless space, harmony, and unconditional love. Imagine no fear and equality in all things. This is oneness. And so we are having this human experience, and we're more than that. And what we think about expands, and we can change what we think about, and we can learn to send love to those places that need it.
Can I make a point? Sometimes it's hard to love those that are unlovable, because we think we have to like them too. And we don't have to like what they're doing. We don't have to like what they represent, but we can shower them with love. We can always shower with love, because my daughter, when she was very young, maybe 5, she lived in San Francisco and I was living in LA. She used to send me letters with pictures and just things that a 5-year-old does. And I remember this one time she sent me she signed it, I love you and I like you too. And we've kept that throughout the years when we address each other. But that's profound. I like you, I love you, and I like you too. So you can love somebody without having to like. And that's an interesting thing to even think about.
Mm-hmm. So I just want to talk a little bit about self-care. So when we're going through difficult times, it's really, really, really important to care for ourselves,
Mm-hmm.
to do the things that are meaningful to us. Like for some people, it's gardening. For some people, it's cooking. For some people, I don't know, it's writing or reading or meditating. Meditating is always good too. There are really a lot of things, journaling, guided
Exercise.
meditation, exercise. Exercise is really an important one too. That just really helps keep us up. So, and then gratitude. There are, no matter what's going on, there are always, always, always things to be grateful for. Always. And we can release the expectations that we have. That if everything were just this way, I'd be okay. Or if this happens, I'll be okay. Or if this happens, I'll be okay. Because we're always okay. So we don't need to have those. If we start working on releasing those things that we think we have to have before we're okay, and we just begin to have conscious actions. I know I'm doing this because it feeds my soul, or because I for example, sometimes I might not feel like cooking, but I really care about this person over here and he gets hungry. And so, and so we do those things because we love the people and because it's good to eat healthy food.
And she's a good cook.
And so we can hold a positive vision. We can hold that vision for what we want. We can hold that vision for our family and for our friends, for the planet, for everyone, everywhere. And our minds can change the world.
Mm-hmm.
Our minds can change the world.
I want to tell a little story about that change thing, because back in the 70s, I was working for this woman who was known as the hypnotist, and she'd do a hypnotic show. She had her own nightclub, and I was a bartender. And every night she would tell everybody in the audience and all the staff and everything to raise your hand, and she would hypnotize us and make our arms feel like steel, and it would really work. And then she'd partially bring them out. But she did this workshop that I decided to take because it was free to the staff. And one of the big things she said was change something. And she said what she did that changed her life so much was changed how she signed things. She changed her signature. So I thought, I want to do that. So I changed my signature. And it's funny because at the time I had a red beard and red hair. Believe it or not, I had red hair. And as I changed my signature, this change started coming. Oh, and I talked a lot of street too. And I was wanting to be an actor. So here I am with this beard and long hair and kind of a street kind of punky kid. And it came clear to me during the course of this changing the signature that I needed to shave off my hair and shave off my beard and to talk without any street in it. And that change came about organically. And when I started looking back, I thought, wow, that came with my signature change. And it was a big deal for me because I wanted to be an actor.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
change is good.
Change is good. And sometimes it's hard, like moving to a new place or changing your signature or.
Well, shaving off the beard was a big one because your face looks so, when you look in the mirror after shaving off something.
You have no chin.
You're just like, who is this guy? What is he doing here? You have anything else?
I think I might be complete.
Okay. Would you like to pray?
Sure. I'm going to pass it to you, though, so be ready. So let's just take a deep breath in and let it out. And another one. As we're breathing in, recognize that we're breathing in the oneness, the allness, the yesness, the one power and the one presence of the one absolutely divine intelligence. That intelligence that's breathing our breath and beating our hearts and thinking our thoughts. That intelligence that is everywhere present is my life. It is Reverend Michael's life. It is the life of each one of us present and everyone everywhere. It is the life of all that is and all that has been and all that ever will be. It is right where we are. It is infinite possibility and infinite potential. And we know that as we think, we create. And so as we just continue to breathe in and breathe out, and we're just breathing in all the things that we desire and breathing out all the things that we don't. And just holding that space of oneness and peace and truth and harmony and joy and radiant health and patience and understanding and connecting with others and knowing that we can just be in this place of peace, this place of oneness, this place of healing, this place of wholeness. We can hold that space for ourselves and for the planet. And I know for each and every person, healthy bodies, healthy minds. I know spiritual growth and oneness and wholeness. I know opportunity and prosperity for each and every one of us and for the planet. And just hold that place of healing and that place of oneness and that place of peace. That place of knowing we are one with all that is, one with each other. Knowing that as we think, we're creating. Knowing that that space is right where we are, that we are absolutely divine. We are absolutely perfect. We are absolutely whole and complete. And I pass this word to Reverend Michael.
And I bring forth those individuals who've asked for prayer through me and ask you to join me and hold them in this truth that I'm about to proclaim for Gail, that all her tests and everything in her body temple is positive, and everybody who's working to heal her is uplifted by these words, the nurses, the doctors, the technicians, and she comes out healthy as can be. And I know for Tyler that this change in his life as he moves through a huge change, that he discovers his true self, that he is uplifted and inspired to be who he came here to be, this perfect individual with gifts to give to the world. And I say a word for Ed and his family, that they continue to find the joy that they're experiencing right now, that it continues, and they live a healthy, vibrant life. And for all those who have asked for prayer, we hold the truth for them that it is already taking place.
Yes.
We surround this planet with love and light.
Yes.
We know that for Centers for Spiritual Living and all their centers and all their, what else? Their
Focus
ministries
ministries and teaching chapters
and special
focus ministries. And then there's lots of nonprofits like the archives that are part of the centers.
We hold them all in the truth that they
Yeah.
are expanding and growing and attracting more people in abundance and prosperity to change this world that makes it work for everyone.
Yes.
For this, I give thanks.
Yes.
Eternally grateful
Yes.
to know that these words are complete
Thank you.
and now being fulfilled. So there's nothing left to do but let go, let God, and allow it to be. And together we say, and so it is.
Amen. Ashe.
Mm-hmm.
Woohoo! That was powerful.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yes.
Yes.
And now you're going to put the exclamation point on it.
Absolutely. Because that's what we do best.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Barb and Salo.
Oh, that talk was just so spot on and so wonderful. So thank you. Thank you. And also thank you for a few laughs in there too, because
I wish I could have heard everybody laughing.
yeah. Well, I think I did. And it's like, I think everybody was having a good time. And I appreciate that. This song is an old traditional hymn, has an Irish flair, which is probably one of the reasons I probably like it. It's called Be Thou My Vision, and it's just been one of our favorites that we've played for a long time. I've changed the words up from the traditional words, but I hope you enjoy it.
We will.
Be thou my vision, O Lord of my heart. Not be all else to me, save that thou art. Thou my best thought, by day or by night. Waking or sleeping, thy presence my life. Be thou my wisdom, and thou my true word. I ever with thee, and thou with me, Lord. Heart of my own heart, whatever befall, still be my vision, O ruler of all. Riches I need not, nor man's empty praise. Now mine inheritance, now and always. Thou and thou only, first in my heart. Great God of heaven, my treasure thou art. Be thou my vision, O Lord of my heart. Not be all else to me, save that thou art. Thou my best thought, by day or by night. Waking or sleeping, thy presence my life.
Yay.
Thank you so much. That was so beautiful.
The Irish half of me enjoyed that. I'm actually half Irish and half Austrian.
I love that.
Cool.
Yeah, that's all American.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we'll be right back to you. We got a few more things to take care of, and then we'll get the closing song.
Sounds awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so ways to donate. Go to cslnorthmetro.org, and you can. There's a couple of ways to give on the website. You can give by Venmo to CSL North Metro, and you can use the QR code with your phone. Text YUGIVE to 888-364-GIVE, and that's send checks, cash. So
What? We're gonna bless these?
well, yeah, and you're going to say the thing about if support is if it's meaningful to you, and that's
Oh,
what
yeah.
you always say.
Yeah, that's what I always say. Don't do it out of obligation. Do it out of love. Do it out of that you like what we offer and you want to support us in that way. And just do it because you love to give. That's a good reason to do it. But right now we're going to bless these gifts.
Okay.
So repeat after me. Thank you, God.
Thank you, God.
Thank you for this opportunity to give.
Thank you for this opportunity to give.
Thank you for the wealth that's in the world.
Thank you for the wealth that's in the world.
We send these gifts out into the world,
We send these gifts out into the world.
knowing they bless, uplift many people
Knowing they bless and uplift many people
for this and so much more.
for this and so much more.
We are grateful.
We are grateful.
And so it is.
And so it is.
So it is.
And so it is. Okay.
You know, I gotta share something. I've been trying to my glasses, get them straight, And I just realized that I've been pushing it down the wrong way because I'm looking at the screen, and I got to push it the opposite way. So I keep straightening my glasses, and they keep getting worse.
I do that every morning when I'm trying to figure out the camera stuff too, and then I'm moving the wrong way. So it's a little bit interesting looking at the opposite of where we are.
So here's Barb and Salo.
Yay.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, I'm the opposite. It's like, yeah, I'm even doing it now. I can't.
I know. I have enough trouble with left and right anyway.
Yeah, and this is the camera thing's not helping. Oh my goodness, I've had such a good time this morning.
Yeah.
And here is a song. It's an old traditional song. It's been covered so many times, and it's just such a cool song. Salo and I love it. It's called "I'll Fly Away." And actually, you don't have to wait until you're gone to fly away. Actually, if you're in a place and you can find the blessing in it anywhere.
Yeah.
Because there's always a blessing. You can fly away right now into a wonderful, wonderful blessing paradise.
Yes. Wait till after the service, though.
Yeah, I won't do it now. We'll wait.
We want to hear your song.
Good advice. Oh, ready? Some glad morning when this life is o'er, I'll fly away in the morning to our home on God's celestial shore. I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory. I'll fly away in the morning when I die. Hallelujah, by and by. I'll fly away. When the shadows of the twilight have flown, I'll fly away in the morning like a bird from prison bars alone. I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory. I'll fly away in the morning when I die. Hallelujah, by and by. I'll fly away. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? There's a better home away in the sky, Lord, in the sky. I'll fly away, oh glory. I'll fly away in the morning when I die. Hallelujah, by and by. I'll fly away. Just a few more weary days and then I'll fly away to a land where joy shall never end. I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory. I'll fly away in the morning when I die. Hallelujah, by and by. I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory. I'll fly away in the morning when I die. Hallelujah, by and by. I'll fly away.
Woohoo!
Awesome. I love this completing
Alright,
Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. It was
been a wonderful day.
Yeah.
Valerie has a couple things.
So
Stay with us.
Join us on Zoom right after this service and share your aha moments. There's a link on the screen, and there's also a link in the comments so that you can get to the Zoom to join us, and we'll talk about it and have a good time. Another good time.
Thanks to Stephan Anthony. Thanks to Greg and Sheila Fossen. Thanks to Barb and Salo for making this day a glorious day and
Yeah.
starting everybody in the right way.
Yeah.
We love you, we bless you, and we send out our love. Mwah. Thank you. Next week. I'll fly away.
I'll fly away, oh glory. I'll fly away in the morning when I die. Hallelujah, fly, fly. I'll fly away.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. Join us on Zoom.
Lord benediction.
Oh, benediction.
You did it. Did you benedict us?
No,
Okay, benediction.
God is good, life is good, and so it is.
So it is.
Yeah, baby.
Bye.
Okay.
Okay.